everybody. Oh, Lesley, I'm so glad that you came over to my house to do this.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed and grateful to be part of this interview and just the whole experience.
Yeah. So my name is Ta Groen, and I'm the founder of Healing Touch Vinyasa. And we have had 2 teacher trainings, 200-hour teacher trainings, yes. And Lesley went through the first training. So she is here to talk about some of her experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I just want to give a few moments for people to maybe show up. We'll have a sip of tea. And I promised a calming breath.
Yes.
Yes, that would be good, especially for us too,
Yes.
Right? So that we can calm ourselves down. This is our first Facebook Live, by the way.
Thursday night.
Yeah. So we are going to do alternate nose breath.
Yes.
So hopefully you have had a moment and you can just sit back, take a deep breath, find yourself in an upright position. Let me first say a little bit about what this breath is for. It's to help balance our sides. So we have a female side, a male side, and sometimes one gets dominant over the other and we end up feeling out of balance. It comes out maybe in insomnia or anxiety, stress, all of those stress responses from being out of balance. So the sun and the moon, our sides, will balance them through alternate nose breath. And you don't necessarily have to do this fancy finger thing. You can actually just use your finger like this. Remember we talked about that? Because when I'm teaching as a teacher, it's sort of odd to what, they're like, which thumb? And so this is fine too, so don't worry if you just want to do it this way. But if you want the fancy way, we have 2 fingers down, the thumb and the ring finger. So we'll inhale through one nostril, so we seal up the left nostril first with our ring finger. Sit tall, maybe feel your shoulders roll down your back, let your sit bones root down. And we'll take an inhale through the right nostril. Give your eyes a rest, close them. Yep, make sure that you have blowed your nose so you don't have a clogged nostril. Inhale through your right. Close with your thumb. Exhale through your left. Inhale through the left. And notice how you feel some circulation in the third eye. Inhale, inhale. Seal. Let it out through the right nostril. Check in with your jaw and your face. Let your jaw relax. Inhale through the right. Drop your chin slightly. Seal lightly. Let it out through the left. Inhale through the left side. Seal and hold. Chin slightly drops. Shoulders down the back. Out through the right. Four count breath. Inhale right. Hold. Hold for 8. Let it out for 16. Beautiful. Inhale through the left. 4. 4. Exhale. Let it out through the right. Last time, inhale through the right. Hold. Let it out through the left. Beautiful. Be the witness. Feel any sensations. Soften the body. Allow the breath to come in through the nose. Out through the nose. Again, inhale through the nose. Softly out through the nose. Last time, in through the nose. Wide open, exhale, mouth. Beautiful. Lightly flutter the eyes open. And we're back. We're back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did that calm you down?
Yes.
Yeah? Feel
Yes.
a little bit more relaxed?
More balanced too.
Yeah, I feel it too. Nothing matters. Once you do your yoga, it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Clarity.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so let's talk about you and what your story is. What is your story? Now I know that there must be similar people
Yes.
out there with
think.
the same sort of experience. And I know that you have a corporate job,
I
a
do.
good one that you love.
I love.
So you work at an amazing company,
Yes.
Nissan Design, where they design the cars.
Yes.
Yeah, she works for it. And I work there too because I teach them yoga. That's how she met me, by the way. But you go ahead, share a little bit about your job and your life. Yeah.
So just a little bit about me. My name is Lesley, and I met Ta at corporate yoga. She gives classes twice a week at Nissan Design America in San Diego. And I had been practicing yoga probably for a short amount of time before that, maybe a year or 6 months or something. And
so you continue talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check and see
Okay.
who's showing up
Yes.
to our little thing.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So basically everything that I learned and that I know about yoga, I learned from Ta. And she created this Healing Touch Vinyasa teacher training with Arti. And she invited me to join the teacher training and basically took me under her wing and taught me everything that I know. And I still to this day I still practice with Ta at work and in my personal time with my family and friends. But I
There you are. We're live. We're here.
Yes.
That's so cool.
If you have any questions, feel free to add questions and we'll respond.
Yep.
We're seeing here all
Let's
the
see,
notes.
yes. Let's see. Let me go to my page and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
There's a test, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, so
Yay.
that's how I met Ta, and for me, yoga is, initially it was, it still is a peaceful place for me. It's somewhere where I go to forget about everything good and bad. It's for me, it's for personal reasons, and I like it because it makes me come back to center, and it gives me clarity and peace and serenity, and it really helps me when I'm done with yoga. I take it with me throughout the day, and that's just beautiful. You take the breath work with you all day. You take the clarity, and everything just makes sense afterwards. It's not just all scrambled.
Right.
So
because you were one of the first people that I ever told that I wanted to do
Yes.
a teacher training.
And I signed up, I think, maybe 6 months in advance.
Yes.
I was ready.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it.
We wanted to do one in September, and we only had 2. So I said, let's postpone to January. So,
Yes.
so Lesley and Colin, I
Mhm.
would love for you to meet Colin. In fact, Colin, we want you to sit here and do the same thing, please. Thank you. So Colin and Lesley waited till January, and then in January we got 11 more. So we had 13 who did the first Healing Touch Vinyasa
Big
training.
team.
So Lesley was a huge part in my cheerleading team. So I appreciate that.
Yes,
really,
no,
really, my
thank
heart
you.
is so big for that. Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful to have been part of the first Healing Touch Vinyasa yoga teacher training. It was amazing, and I definitely think it's very unique. It's something difficult to find because you see a lot of different aspects of yoga. So.
Rihanna! Hi Rihanna, thank you for joining. We love you. Rihanna Rihanna was in the second training. So yeah,
Awesome.
if you have any questions, she can answer them too.
Yes.
Which is amazing. So what was the main reason why you decided to take the training? Because I know that you're not teaching right now, so it's
Yes.
not like you wanted to go out and teach right away.
Right.
So what were some of the internal reasons why you decided to take the training?
Well, I had a lot of questions about what yoga, what I was doing, where it came from, the types. There's different types of yoga. I just wanted to know more about it because I am the type of person that wants a lot of information and details, and I want to know exactly what I am doing.
So
And we'll
give
talk
you
about the
support and,
yes.
The deeper aspects of it.
Yes. Yeah. The philosophy of it. I wanted to know what I was doing wrong too in the asana and like the physical postures. I wanted to know how to avoid getting hurt,
Right.
how to adjust, because that's something that Ta does very naturally, and she does it very, very well, and I love that. And that's something that probably a lot of people do not teach, how to adjust.
And how everybody's body is different.
And how everybody's body is different. Yes, we did talk about that too a lot.
Often, very, very often. I'm like, I don't know. Let me see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because there's no set way. There's
Right.
no set way, and that's what we learned. And the authenticity. So that's So I would love for you to share that maybe in a little bit. But first, what was the main like aha? Like I know I needed to do this for myself.
The aha moment. I wanted to know more. It wasn't enough. Like practice wasn't enough. There were so many terms that I heard people talking about, like Uddiyana Bandha and the core strength. And I wanted to know, like, why breath work? Why is it so important to incorporate it in your yoga practice? And why is it so important that you focus on your feet and your posture and your breath? And I wanted to
so you're pretty
I
much
wanted to know the
logical.
details.
Yes.
I wanted
Well,
to
you
know
have
the
to know
logic.
she's in the accounting department.
Yeah.
So this is.
So I like to figure out why.
Yeah. So this is it, you guys. Everybody comes to training for different reasons.
Yes. And I figured, I didn't know this, but when you did my human design,
that's
she also
right.
does. If you're gonna join the yoga teacher training with Ta, do the human design with her, because it really helps you know something about you that you didn't know, and it'll make sense. It will make sense because it was totally true for me.
Right. And when I first started the training, so that's why it was a little, and I loved your advice. I'm all over the map.
Yes.
But I loved your advice. We need to do the reading at the beginning.
Yes.
You need to know. Because when I first started the training, I'm like, oh, well, I really would like to know what their design is. And so we're like in the third weekend, and I hadn't done everybody. So by the second training, I realized that I needed to sit down for an hour. So you get an hour private human design reading with me before the training starts. So that's included in your tuition. So very, very helpful.
Yes, it's very helpful. It's good to know because you know how you are, how you work alone and how you work with the team, with the other trainees that are in the Healing Touch Vinyasa teacher
Yeah, and
trainings.
maybe since I'm doing Facebook Lives, maybe I'll do a little mini intro on what human design is, because it is actually a very layered
Yeah, that's
system
a good idea.
that is has to do with your aura and your auric field and what you were born with. What are your what impacts do you bring with your aura, and then what receiving spaces that you have in your aura that others impact you. So we all fit together like a puzzle, and so that's what the human design does. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
really cool. So lots of different layers to this training.
Yes.
Yeah, but she did learn how to teach. She actually did teach. When I'm not there at Nissan to teach for them, I'm like, Lesley, will you teach them, please? So
I'll
she's
warm
my
them
sub.
up.
Yeah, she's a sub. But you
Yeah.
want to teach?
Yeah. Eventually, I think I still want to deepen my own practice as well, because for me, it's so important to know what I'm talking about before I share it. That's why I mentioned the human design, because as a projector, I want to know why. I want to know the details, I want to know the history before I share it. I don't want to just share something that I'm not confident about or sure about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So the more she does it, the more she practices to teach, she will build that confidence. Yeah.
Yes.
But your final was amazing. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you end up doing a 30-minute final at the end of training.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
I practiced a lot. I actually practiced at work with my coworkers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So did I get some of the internal reasons? That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really good.
I wanted to know more. I wanted to know where it came from, more details, what I was doing wrong, and what I could do better or incorporate in my yoga practice and then share with other people.
Right. So based on all of this,
Yes.
we have created, and it's evolved over time, this success path for a teacher. So there's John. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
The success path for a teacher is, first of all, you have to take care of yourself. So it's self-care. So that first initial meeting after the ceremony, we had a major beautiful party before.
Beautiful,
Yeah. That was fun. Fire ceremony with our lead teacher, Artie, who's amazing. But after that night, because it was nighttime, it was very romantic, and everybody got to share who they were and why they came. That next morning, we sat down and we said, what is the importance of self-care? And we gave them some, let's see, you were good?
Some homework.
Yeah.
Some of the things that we mentioned, and this was all in the class, we all
participated. Yeah. We went around and said, well, what is your favorite self-care? And yeah.
So some of them were doing your own 1 hour of yoga practice.
That was my homework to you.
Yes.
Guys. Yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Another one was 15 minutes of meditation to clear your mind and deepen your yoga practice as well. Consciousness, right? Get to that level of consciousness.
Quiet, stillness. Yeah. Nowhere to
Clarity.
be, just here and now, right in this present moment. And meditation does that for you with breath.
Meditation, concentration, and taking care of your body, eating healthy, drinking tea, just making sure that you were going to be healthy throughout your yoga teacher training, because it was intense. There were many hours, and definitely that was very important, taking care of what you eat, what you put in your body, not only externally but internally as well.
Yeah. And some of the changes that we made, the Ayurveda
Yes.
course for the body, we put that on the first week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
okay.
we put
That
it a
was-
little
yeah.
far back on hers. It should have been at the beginning, and so that's what we did. We did these little tweaks. So
That was
yes,
definitely
yeah,
very, very interesting. The Ayurvedic.
yeah,
yoga,
and how to balance your dosha and all of that. So that was all about the self-care. Really important. So we're going through the success path of how important these milestones, these places to come to, because and then the next part of the training was the Thai yoga therapy,
Yes.
and it is a full weekend of hands-on, intimate touching with each other, and I'm not intimate in that way, but I meant like the body work intimacy. So like we're at the feet, touching those reflexology lines, yeah. So we did all of that. So what was the experience of having that at the beginning of the training?
I think that was perfect, having Thai yoga the first day, right after the ceremony. But it definitely broke the ice. It got everybody comfortable, because in the end, it is Healing Touch Vinyasa yoga teacher training. So you are going to be in contact with other people when you are teaching or practicing this yoga. So it was definitely perfect for me, personally, because we really got to know all our fellow trainees, and definitely get comfortable, like bending each other and stretching and just opening the lines in the body and that energy. Yeah.
And the reason why I put this in the training, because when I first started teaching, that was the most significant part of my training. I went with Sol David Ray to Kauai for 10 days, and I learned Thai yoga therapy. And it was such a transformative experience. I realized that, first of all, receiving was a challenge. And that's, you remember that?
Yeah.
It's
Opening up.
Yeah, trusting in the other to really feel comfortable in releasing. So that's what you learn. And when you are able to release and to surrender in that situation, you can do that space, hold that space for others. So that, I think, is the takeaway, don't you think?
Yes, definitely.
Being able to receive. That, yeah, it's huge. That, and then the empathy to be able to give too. So now you know what it feels like and how calming and how everything connects, the breath and the eye contact and the facial expressions. Very important, and the quickest way to get that is through body work. So that's why we put the Thai at the beginning. So that's the touch part.
Yes, it was brilliant. It was definitely one of my favorite parts, and I love that it was in the beginning. Yeah,
it was good.
So grateful that it was incorporated into the training as well, because that you cannot find in a lot of places.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it takes time to do all of this, and but eventually we did get to the final, and you were able to do all of it.
Yeah.
So after that, we went into a beginning sequence. So I have a wonderful client, Amy, who was willing to come in and be a private demo, basically. So she came in, and everybody got to witness that,
Yes.
which was really neat, because you have to remember, not all bodies are like this, young, flexible. So we actually brought in my client who needed more care, and that was good for people to see the contrast. And there's videos too.
Yes.
Did you watch the
Yes.
videos? Yes, she watched the videos. That's good. I would ask them all the time, did you watch the videos? Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting, seeing Ta in action, teaching a private client, and seeing how, since each body is different, you have to adjust and customize everything for your client, because they're there for their practice, and you're there to guide them in that practice.
Yeah.
So that was definitely good, and Amy was so good. She was so open to
amazing,
questions, and that was also a great part.
And then we went to the intermediate.
Yes.
And because, oh my gosh, this is great. And John, you're on right now, so you know all about this. John filmed Lesley and Julie, who were in the first training, at Nissan Design, their gorgeous yoga studio.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're blessed.
yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So if you join in the training, you will see all those videos, the intermediate. And again, these are all documented in the manual. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
So that was
yeah.
that was the second portion. So all of the asana, we got through that, and then we had philosophy. We had a whole philosophy manual.
Oh yes, and I have it right here.
All right, you can show them.
It is this binder, the yoga, philosophy, and history, and it's definitely a big book, but it has so many answers, and we cover a lot of this in the teacher training.
And you can go to my website, tagrowan.com, and go to the resource section, and you will find all the links for the books that we have. This was one of the books.
Yes.
And then we had, did you bring the anatomy book?
No, I did not.
Let me grab it. You show them the Ayurvedic book,
yes.
and I'll bring the anatomy book. Be right back.
This is the Ayurveda book, and it has a little quiz in the beginning where it asks you a few questions about where you are in life physically, emotionally, mentally, and you figure out what dosha you are. And this is great because your body changes every day, every year. I mean, your body was different when you were a baby versus when you were a teenager versus when you're an adult versus when you're in old age. So, and this is great because it tells you how to listen to your body, nourish your body depending on where you are or in which dosha you are.
And isn't it great that I got to divide all this up because Artie does this?
Yes.
So I have another lead teacher
Artie.
who we will birds are flying above me. Sorry, who you'll get to meet too. I'll put her on up.
Great book.
Yay! Yes, very good. Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hi.
Thanks for joining. So we're just talking about the books that we're using in the training. So functional anatomy, this is great. This is an online course.
Yes.
That I made everybody do. Like, did you get your anatomy done?
Yes,
And
I did.
And on the second training, I made sure to as soon as they signed up, guess what? Start this.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Oh, it's backwards because we're backwards.
Yes.
Sorry. Everything's backwards.
But this was definitely one of my favorite parts of the Healing Touch Vinyasa yoga teacher training. The anatomy of yoga. You learn the terminology, and there's an online website that comes with the book when you buy the book.
Yeah, it's David Keil. Keil.
Yeah.
Amazing. He's put together this beautiful course online.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 10 hours. I did not want to spend any time. I mean, we did. We spent like on things that were important, like hyperextension, knees and elbows, and maybe neck alignment, those kinds of things, and some of the structural bandhas. But majority of the anatomy can be easily done online. You don't need to, because he's got incredible videos. So the precious time, in-class time for adjustments and one-on-one communication with specific situations is precious, and we don't want to, so highly recommend any other teachers out there who are doing trainings, use this. David is great.
Yes.
Yeah, important. I found that. Yes.
And it's great because it comes with videos, and you can actually see the yoga postures and which muscles you use and how everything is linked, and it's really cool. Really
Fascinating.
Really cool.
Very well done. Yeah.
Yes.
So good. All right. So philosophy books. What else do we need to talk about? On my success path, is there anything? Maybe some of the alternative modalities that we went into besides human design. We did
the tapping, yes.
We did EFT tapping with my really good friend and client, Victoria Danzig.
Yes.
And in fact, on my on our Healing Touch Vinyasa page, there's a video of Victoria speaking, so I might post that here in the group.
Yes, emotional freedom
technique.
Yes.
Yeah, technique. So yeah, share a little. Is there anything?
That was definitely very interesting because we were introduced to it. I had never heard of it before with Victoria, and it was definitely interesting. We played with it, I think, with chocolate, and it was very effective. Very effective. We were there, I think, a whole evening just tapping, using the tapping points in our body to be a better you and be happier too.
Right, but it's almost not intellectual.
No.
Not intellectual. It's just meridian points that actually soothe and calm the body. So you're doing these points and actually talking to yourself about the issue. So for example, last time we broke up into groups and we did it more intimately. Whereas the first session with Lesley, we did it as a group, but it worked much better when we did it as a pair. See, we learn as we go along. So this next time we broke up into pairs, and some of the most profound ones were about fear of swimming. We had two who were fear of swimming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely more interesting than
the
chocolate.
Yeah, we moved from chocolate to swimming, so we got a little deeper. So anyways, EFT, if you want to look that up, amazing YouTube tutorials or like walkthroughs on that. So that was a different modality that we utilized to help soothe and to have in your toolbox to really get yourself back into alignment, which is the key, you know. You know, this alignment, this is a mudra. You're just in here, just sitting, and you just go in, breathe up the spine. The key is alignment. Alignment is a sacred word.
Yes.
All right. What else? Oh my gosh, we've done so much.
From the philosophy too, that I really liked how we discussed the law of attraction and raising your vibration and increasing your frequency. To just, you know, surround yourself with just positive vibes. That was definitely very cool. And we had a few exercises, the wheel.
Yep, the focus wheel.
The focus wheel, and that's definitely very interesting. It's in the philosophy book too. Yeah.
Yeah, you talked about it. That's great. So that's there's a whole section in the manual too that I wrote on the law of attraction and how it applies to yoga. Really fun stuff. It's always my favorite. Yeah. So what other modality do we have?
We covered the
Ayurvedic and that's it. We did a lot. There's probably more. Oh, I know what we did. We did for self-care a new thing that you missed out on. So sorry.
Oh, what was it? I want to know.
It was a magnificent manifesto. So at the beginning of the training, I had them pretty much pretend like it's 3 months from now, and they had to write, it is, you know, October 26th, and I am da-da-da-da.
Okay.
And they had different subjects, so that about their life, about their health. So you were writing a new story for yourself. It was incredibly moving, and it was a great exercise, so we did that. That was good.
Like setting a goal.
But in the fact that we were feeling it. So remember when we talked about in the Law of Attraction lecture how it writing your own story?
Like the mind is so powerful that if you just keep
and feel it while you're writing it, it will manifest.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was good.
That's good.
Yeah. It was very moving.
Feel free to add any questions.
And then for those of you who are watching this replay, welcome, and I will post, it will be available for you to just watch, so good. What else? I love the fact that...
I was really happy when we covered the business perspective of yoga with Bonnie.
Yeah,
yes.
That was good.
That was really interesting because it's it's still your yoga practice, but if you're going to be teaching, it is a business. And
Yep. So we
you
had
have to. We covered, you know, writing your own bio or versus a resume, and whether you would be an independent contractor or work through a studio.
Yep. So all those details
Yes,
were
the details,
and the insurance.
making
Yeah,
sure that
yeah.
you're safe,
Yeah.
How to market it, how to use social media.
Yeah, it was good, and we did a little bit more too this time, and
Yeah.
I think we're expanding and expanding
There's
that
just
business.
so much to
'cause,
cover with that.
Yeah, we need
So
business support. We want our teachers to, you know, be successful.
Yes.
So, and business is a huge part of it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
good.
that was definitely interesting. I like that.
So, tell me, what would your life be like if you hadn't taken the training?
If I had not taken the training,
that's an odd question, but I'm just curious.
Where would I be?
Yeah.
I think
like, how would you feel?
I think I would be kind of lost still. I think I would have so many questions, and I don't think yoga would mean to me what it means to me now. I think I would still just be practicing. I would not focus on my breath. I would not know where to start meditation. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be at peace with myself.
You know, personally, and I think that your whole presence is calmer. Do you?
Yeah.
It's almost like a little, I'm just okay right where I'm at sort
Yes,
of feeling.
that is true. I feel like that did change. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was huge. There were some moments. Talk about your experience with the breath work, because I had the same.
Oh, the breath work.
Oh my gosh.
I can guarantee that you will feel how powerful breath work can really be if you join the Healing Touch Vinyasa yoga
with
training.
James. So
With
I'm
James
not the
Beard.
teacher. James Beard is the teacher.
Yes.
He's created 13 Breaths of Freedom. Amazing. He, if you go to my teacher page, you'll see him and be able to go to his website and find out a little bit more about him. But I've experienced with the trainees 2 times now, and every single time I've come out a different person. So profound
Yes.
amount of healing and expansion with breath work. It's moving.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have
It
that
can be
too.
healing, and it's just very, very powerful. I think everybody came out of that practice
A little,
transformed.
Yeah, a little different. Yeah, so we had that.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because Ta made this connection with other yoga teachers that focus on different aspects of yoga, like James, and it's just, that's very interesting because they're all so talented and they're all very great teachers, and they're available if you have any questions. They are there, and as well as the other trainees, they're always available.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good. Yay. So yeah, come join us for the next one in January. All the information's on my website. Also, it's on the Facebook page as an event. We do have an early bird by November 30th. You save $300, so the tuition is significantly lower if you act early, so do that. And contact me if you're, with any questions. It's just my name, taggroen@gmail, and I would love to chat with you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's always that option to have the payment
That's
plan.
right.
You can pay in installments, or you can just pay the lump total sum. Yeah, as long as it's all paid by the first day of the class. I think that's
No,
what
actually,
no?
by the end.
the end,
So your
okay.
payment plan, by the end.
By the end, as long as it's paid by the end of the teacher training.
Yeah, you can do your payment plan. So good.
Yeah, so that's all definitely very helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I know how, especially if you're, working 9 to 5 and money, but I'm telling you, investing in yourself to expand changes your frequency so that you can attract more of what you do want.
Yes.
So invest in yourself.
True.
Yay. All right, any closing things that you think of? Let's see.
I'm just so grateful to have been part of this Q&A, and if you have any questions or you want to know something
Message her.
specific,
Yeah, she's
send me a
here on there.
message.
Yeah.
You
Talk
can
to
feel free to
Lesley.
send me a message through Facebook. I'll add my email as well.
Sorry, airplane.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or shoot me an email. I'll add my email in the comments below.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tuning out. Namaste.
Thank you, Dad.
Love you. Love you guys. Love you, Rihanna. Love you, John. Thank you, Lauren, for watching. Oh, thanks for the support. Love you. Bye.
Bye.